everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the England team announcement for England versus France. We have a roaming mic again today, which we'd politely ask that you use. Phoebe will help move it about if needed. We'll get started with Steve Borthwick, who will do a bit of an intro and then we'll come to questions from the floor. Thanks. Steve, over to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you all for attending this press conference ahead of one of the most keenly anticipated Six Nations fixtures at Twickenham. We play a France side who have been building year on year and currently deservedly sit number 2 in the world rankings. They pose a formidable challenge. The opportunity for us in that challenge is to test the development of our side and the foundations we've been trying to build over the last few weeks. As I highlighted in my team announcement, I continue to select a team specific to the game plan we want to play against the opposition we are playing that week. This week, Ellis Genge captains the England rugby team for the first time. Marcus Smith starts at 10. Owen Farrell will start the game on the bench, and when he comes onto the pitch to finish the game, he will captain the team. David Ribbons joins the 23. I'm sure we will all agree that this Six Nations has been a fantastic spectacle. We are all looking forward to another sold-out Twickenham, and we can't wait, once again, to run out and hear the roar of our fantastic supporters. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Steve. James, we'll come to you first, please.
Steve, obviously a huge decision to drop Owen Farrell, your captain, to the bench. How did you come to that decision?
As I always do, go through the game plan that we wish to play, the specific tactics we wish to play against the opponents and the strengths they have. And for this game, I decided to make this selection. It's the same process I go through each week.
What qualities then does Marcus Smith have over Owen Farrell against France?
Well, I think that it's a fantastic position to be in, that I have such great fly halves to select from. We had George Ford in the squad this week as well. To have 3 world-class fly halves is brilliant. And for this game, I think the right decision to start Marcus and him on the field at the start of the game, and then Owen on the field at the end of the game. And that's the way I feel is the right blend against this opponent.
Given you made Owen Farrell your captain when you first came in, how big a decision, how difficult a decision was this for you?
I take every selection decision incredibly seriously. The players deserve that, our supporters deserve that, and I want to make the best decisions in terms of that selection process. For us, I think we've got, let's say, many good players, and I've said this right from the start, that we want players always fighting to be in this 23. And my job is to select who the right person to start and who the right person to come off the bench is.
Where does it leave Owen Farrell in terms of the captaincy and in the longer term, particularly looking at the World Cup?
Well, I'm looking at the game against France on Saturday, and I think I've said Owen, when he comes on the field, will captain the team.
So a captain for you doesn't have to start?
I said this weekend, Ellis Genge is captaining the team for the first time. And I'm delighted for Ellis Genge. I think he's a fantastic leader. And again, we are blessed with brilliant leaders in this squad. Unfortunately, Courtney Laws had to leave the squad this week due to injury, but another brilliant leader. So Ellis will captain the team at the start of the game, and then Owen will captain the team when he comes onto the pitch.
How did Owen take the news, and how has his role changed at all this week?
Owen has been brilliant, and as he always is. He trains brilliantly. He leads this team fantastically well, wherever role he's playing. And he's been incredible this week.
And finally, from me, you mentioned Ellis Genge there, but obviously your former captain at Leicester. How do you think he will take to the promotion from vice-captain to captain?
I think Ellis Genge is a fantastic leader, and he's a natural leader. And I think he's somebody players follow. And to have Ellis and Owen there, it's two brilliant men that these players get behind.
Hi, Steve. What did you make of Marcus Smith's performance for Harlequins in big game 14 against Exeter? And not say sway, but did it just almost even add maybe even more credence to your mind that this was the game to give him an England start?
I think Marcus played very well in that game. I also started Marcus in the first game of the Six Nations, so this is not the first start of the Six Nations. I thought he played well, and as I say, I think having players of such ability and such talent to be able to select from is a real privilege for me.
And just how Marcus then sets up for Quins with Esther Hayes and Marchant outside him or whoever, rather than Owen at 12 this time, to have Ollie Lawrence and Henry Slade as your 10, 12, 13. Do you feel potentially that might help bring the very best out of Marcus from the get-go, just that balance that might be a little more familiar?
Ooh, I think from my point of view, I look at the players that have been playing, and I think Ollie and Henry have played very well, and I see a partnership starting to develop there as we try to work forward and continue to build upon the foundations and progress from the foundations we built. It's the partnerships and understanding are very important. As I always say, I want to pick a team that is specific to the game we want to play against, the opposition we're playing, and that's what I feel this week is the right blend.
From your time as a player and as a coach so far, tell me about your thought on this England-France rivalry over the years.
Well, I think they're an incredible side. As I said, they've been building year on year. They've built their game off the back of a strong kicking game. Nobody in the world kicks longer than they do. Then they've got a huge forward pack who will, in contact, are incredibly powerful. And then off the back of that, they've got a brilliant nine, some fantastic outside backs. So I think you can see the development of their game over subsequent seasons, which is very smart in terms of an intelligent development from their perspective. It's a great challenge for us. We can't wait for it.
And a lot of consistency in your pack again, which is really good to see. Dave Ribbon's coming in. Just tell me a bit about Dave and what he's been doing to get this chance, hopefully, off the bench.
Well, he's been chomping at the bit for the opportunity. He's been training really well, and I thought, watching him play for his last game for Northampton, I thought he played really well there as well. So it's an opportunity for Dave. It's an opportunity for us to keep moving forward.
And just finally from me, you said repeatedly, obviously, there's not a lot of time to get this team where you want to be in comparison to some of the other top-tier nations. How's another week or so down the line been for you in that regard, getting your message across?
Yeah, well, I think we want to keep progressing. I said we wanted to put in place, and I said from the very start, initially the plan will be relatively basic as we try to build. We want to put a foundation in place that from which we can build, and each week I've tried to progress that. I feel we've progressed again this week, and now we're just looking forward to getting out on the pitch on Saturday.
Thanks, Russ. Nick, we'll go to Nick next, please. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, Nick.
Hi, Steve. Obviously, traditionally, some people would always want captain to be in the side, but is in the starting 15. But is actually the fact that anyone can start a strength of this tenure now in the group moving forward?
Well, we speak a lot about how we want to be as a squad moving forward, and I use that word deliberately because different weeks you play different roles. And we've talked about this. Sometimes you start, sometimes you come off the bench, sometimes you're not on the 23, but all the time we're trying to develop the team. And I think the team this week has been put at the centre of every one of the players. They've worked very, very hard. We have a group of players who leave the squad on Tuesday, and we thank them for the effort they put in to help develop our team to be ready for Saturday.
And as much as I'm sure Owen would want to start, I assume as well he's ready to put the team first and understand why you've made this call.
I can't praise Owen enough, not just for this week, but every day since we've started working together in this capacity. Owen's been just an incredible trainer, incredible helping all the players around the squad, and he cares so deeply about this team. Owen is a player who has incredible respect from everybody attached to the England rugby team. And
on Ollie Chesham, was he a sort of doubt? And if so, how good is it that he's able to start? Was he a fitness doubt, or was that?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, good. All right, happy day.
Nick Mullins, please. Thank
Hi, Steve. What did you see in Marcus's performance on Saturday evening that particularly caught your eye? What particularly pleased you about his game?
From my point of view, I'm constantly watching the players in every game. In every game they play, and I felt it was important for Marcus to go and play the game time last Saturday, as we spoke about when we were in the Fallow Week in Brighton, about my reasoning as to why I'd released Marcus to play. Marcus is played and trained really well since joining in this role, and as I say, I'll reinforce what a great strength of it is the England rugby team that we have. Fly halves of such incredible calibre. George Ford trained. He was one of the players who left the group on Tuesday afternoon, and his training was at an incredibly high level. So to have 3 fly halves in this week, all world class, I feel very blessed.
Can I ask if George was fully fit, you'd have no hesitation, if needs be, playing him in whatever role this weekend? It was purely on how you wanted those 3 10s to combine. From
my point of view, I pick, as I say, and I know I've said it already, I pick a team for the week, the game we want to play against the opponent we're trying to play. I don't think about the next week or the week after that. Every game matters to the England team, and we know it's a formidable challenge, but it's a brilliant opportunity for us as well, and we can't wait for Saturday.
What's the theme this week? How do you beat France?
Well, as I say, they are a big, powerful pack, and they kick the ball further than anybody else kicks the ball. The way DuPont kicks it, Antoine kicks it, they kick the ball long. So fundamentally, you have to deal with those 2 challenges, and then because off the back of that, they then have pace, the way DuPont plays, the way the back 3 bring pace to the game. Those challenges are immense. Well, from our point of view, there are tactical battles within that. But what we've got to do is focus very much upon ourselves and how we need to play against this team. We know they always bring an incredible physical challenge. They have such a big team, but we've been working hard to ensure that we're well prepared. And as I say, I think each of the players is tremendously excited about this opportunity.
Do you beat a team who kick a lot by kicking a lot?
I think there's different ways around that challenge. You see it now. They won the championship last year by kicking more than anybody else. You've seen how far Ireland are kicking the ball. It's an important aspect of the game currently. From our point of view, they've been building this they've been building that plan for three and a half years. They're putting the finishing touches to that plan. We've been building for 3 games. So, in terms of what we're trying to do now. So, I think we've got to find some other ways, given we can't accelerate 3.5 years of development in that. So, we have to find some different ways. So, I'm looking forward to seeing the team try and find some different ways on Saturday.
One last one from me, if I can. I'm sure your replacement strategy isn't set in stone this afternoon, but when Owen comes on, if that happens to be before Ellis comes off, just for housekeeping, does he become captain immediately?
As soon as when Owen comes onto the field, Owen is captain of the England rugby team.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Julian, and then we'll come to Sonia and we'll finish up there. Thanks. Julian, do you mind raising your hand, Phoebe? Great, thanks. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hello, Steve. Obviously, any goal kicker can have a bad day, or even Johnny had bad days. I just wondered, after what happened last week, have you decided upon a second goal kicker? Should it not go absolutely right for Marcus on Saturday, and who that person would be?
We always have several goal kickers within the team. I anticipate it going very right for Marcus goal kicking.
Thank you.
Thanks. And we'll finish with Sonia, if you could just pass it forward a little bit. Thanks.
No,
yeah.
we're good.
Speak loudly. Thanks, Sonia.
Never struggle to do that. 2 things. One is to kind of following on from what Julian just said. I know you've said it's horses for courses in terms of this selection, but has the fact that Owen Farrell's got the yips played into your thinking at all? Because in tight test matches, leaving points out there is not good.
I think it's a great point you make around tight test matches. I think from the point of view of Owen's track record as a kicker, then there's been, and every kicker has this, there are periods where there's a small dip, and the great kickers always come back and get the percentage right back up there again. I consider it in every aspect, and that's quite right. You'd expect me to do that, is to consider every aspect, because I try to do this job as thoroughly as possible. So I consider every aspect. I watched Owen's been kicking brilliantly this week in training, and as has Marcus. They've been working very hard. So from my point of view, I think there are other aspects. There are wider aspects to be considered within this game and within this game plan, not simply the goal kicking.
And finally, for you, Steve, if you don't mind, I've seen this selection of Marcus Smith at 10 described as brave, bold, ballsy for Borthwick. And actually, people just haven't seen it coming because it almost seems that it's so alien to you as a coach to be quite so out there with your selection. Are we seeing you evolve in terms of a selector as well?
I think if you were to track all the teams that are selected over the last few years, there's been some pretty bold decisions. And
What's been the boldest? What was the boldest in your mind?
I think I'll leave you to track back to last year's finals and have a look at the selections I made over last year's finals. I think what I try to do is pick the team that is the right team at that game. And I don't tend to consider necessarily how it's perceived from outside. I consider what's the right team to be picked for that game in that week. And that's what I do every single week. I don't look forward. I don't look to the game after this one, the game after that one, or the tournament in a few months' time. I look to what's right for this game this weekend. I think the players deserve that, and I think the supporters deserve that, because every game matters for England. So I believe this is the right team in all the different considerations I put into it and all the different factors against a very, very good French team.
Lovely stuff. Right, we'll end the press conference there. Thanks very much. Writers will head down now to the writers'